Oh, hi, YouTube.
Whoa, what's going on, everybody?
We have a 500-pack order of Lost Origins. 500. So we're not doing 1,000 packs anymore, but someone decided to buy 500 breaks of Lost Origins from us.
Pretty cool.
So let's just... Good luck, Sean. All right, let's go. Apparently a Mask of Change booster box is the giveaway right now.
Brand new Japanese set.
I try not to talk about Twitch too much, but YouTube, we do live stream on Twitch. Right now, however, it is 4:30 in the morning. Our hours make total sense. So there's a link down below if you want to come join us and win free stuff. There's free stuff.
Even today, usually I try to do some little store credit giveaways and everything. And if they enter with one ticket and one ticket only, they get 10x their money. So we usually do like 20 bucks.
Yeah,
Somebody won today.
I know, which is awesome. We have a thing where we do 24-hour-a-day reruns when we're not live, and you farm giveaway points, and that's what you do to enter. So it's free. They ship free worldwide. Everything's free. So if you want to farm points and try to win stuff and not even hang out, completely fine. There's a link down below if you want to come join. Okay, so there are a couple things in this set. It's not just like, hey, hit one and then that's it.
Oh, yes. This is going to go down.
The arrow's still like 70, 80 bucks, isn't it?
It's more now. Everything's more.
Wait, it's still...
It might be like 150 now. The Garatina's pushing 400. Like,
no, I know the Tina's low. I should have pulled it up. You know what? I'll pull it up here in a second.
Hold up. Yeah, I even got these here for.
Well, I know doing
a bunch of silver tea.
The Pikachu is still like 50, I think, from the. Here, let me. Oh my God. Okay, TCG player looks really weird when it's like this. I'm gonna move this over here.
Yeah, get yourself. Yep.
All right, you keep cracking. I'll get it set up because, I should have did this before the video, but that's how I do it.
It's a dumpster fire. We're always having a good time.
Yeah. Okay, so Lost Origin search, and then I'll do...
Trainer gallery.
Yeah, I hate the fact that they're two separate sets.
Yeah.
It's so annoying to look them up. All right, so Lost Origin trainer gallery. Okay, and then I got to do cards only.
But yeah, we have so much fun on Twitch, and make sure to join our Discord to
400. Yeah. Oh yeah, Arrow's 125.
Yeah. Even that, if you click on it, there might be like very few listings.
All right.
Everything from this era is going up. So like this is like the last hurrah.
That's because not Sword and Shield.
Lost Origin.
That's because Scarlet Violet sucks. The whole block has been a disappointment.
As good as these, yeah.
No, it's been a big disappointment. Like I love the silver borders now, and I love the fact that like they made the wording larger, they made the rarity symbol larger. I still think they need to make the rarity symbol color coded though.
Oh, that's a good idea.
But like every other card game.
Yes.
However, I just don't like the block itself so far. It doesn't make me happy. So I don't know. But yeah, it is kind of funny how like these sets. I mean, back then it was all about this. Evolving Skies kind of thing.
Oh, man.
But
the
now
packs are like $12 right now, and they're only going one direction, and it feels so bad now. I don't even want to sell it. I don't even want to open it anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
We were talking about, I was like, we had many YouTube videos here of the Kim special, and I'm like, we can't do the Kim special ever again for that.
No. Also, I didn't put chat on screen because it is 4:30 in the morning, so it's like not much.
A whole lot going on.
Not much going on YouTube, so you're not going to miss anything. But yeah, I love the art with the Secret Rares, but definitely had some underwhelming sets. Oh, Kim, I missed you too. Yeah, no, the sets are definitely very underwhelming. Because even the Charizard set, because what is it? Every third set is always a Charizard set.
Always gotta be a Charizard set, yeah.
And not great. So, yeah.
Yeah, then, well, we do have pre-orders for the newest set right now.
Oh, yeah, those are up.
Masquerade.
Yeah, we got pre-orders up if anyone wants the newest, hottest set of... Sean been
not a
keeping me
great
happy.
advertisement
Good,
after our previous conversation, but
at least we're honest about everything.
Yes, yeah.
Because yeah.
Oh yes, I've been doing very well for Kim. I mean, tonight we had an insane break. We've had some crazy openings today. Which you guys come on over here to Twitch. Join me one time. Just don't buy Evolving Skies. That's on the ban list. I can't open 2 packs for somebody at $20 and then get 2 bulk rares. Well,
Evolving Skies hit rate is very tough as it is. You can look at it and say, hey, there's like 25 cards I can hit. That must be easy. No. No, it's not. No.
I mean, even here, like, they're all pretty similar hit rates, and we're chewing through packs. Imagine if these were all $12 bills.
Yeah, $12 a pack. Exactly. It's, Evolving Skies is brutal hit rate. Absolutely brutal. The classic Pokemons. Yeah, they need to find their groove again, man.
Are we out of DLC content yet? Because I can't keep up with it all.
I don't.
Just you wait and see till you get. We'll do some Japanese boxes next stream. I'll get you on. You know.
All right, that's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna.
And you'll be like, "What are these?" And I'll be like, "Well, that's Ogerpon, my man."
Oh my god, an ad break starting. Well, whatever. Hi, Shadow. Yeah, I'm gonna start rotating back to streams. This 500 pack order is kind of my wading back in, and then I'll start appearing more and more. You know.
I know. I was like, I got a 500 pack Lost Origin. Like, I got to bait you in with this one.
Yeah, I love how, because I woke up today at what, like 3 something.
Yep.
And I'm having my morning coffee, and he's like, "Want to do a 500 pack order?" I'm like, Sean, I literally just woke up, buddy. We're in a smaller ride. Yeah, the deal. I don't know, man. I don't know. We're in a weird cycle. I mean, Pokemon always goes in cycles. However, if you, I know, past performance is not indicative of future events. However, we're due for a ride upwards. It's every like 4 years.
And Evolving Skies. Well, and
like 3 to 4 years.
A swing up in Pokemon. Which, I mean, things are not bad right now, but the new, they got to figure out something slightly better for the Scarlet Violet era.
Yeah, they do. They
Evolving Skies.
Well, the problem they have with trading card games, I mean, I can speak more to Wizards of the Coast because they are more... They're not very transparent, but they're more transparent than Pokemon.
Oh, yes.
Their sets are done years in advance. So if they realize, oh God, this block's not that great, guys, they're already like done with the next block coming out.
Yeah.
So if they're gonna change and pivot to do, you ain't gonna see it for like a year and a half, 2 years minimum, unless they put in the time, money, and effort to like redesign things. But Nintendo doesn't like throwing away money.
No, I mean, even that, we were talking about a new card in the set for the game. It literally counters a deck. It literally says in, less words than more, it says destroy target deck. If you play against this deck, you win.
Yep.
And it's like, Pokemon, if they feel like they made a deck too powerful, 3 or 4 sets later, they're just like, all right, and here's a direct counter to that. And that's the best we got. That's our game design. That's our...
Well, that's why I hated Greninja for so long. Because like one of my most favorite decks, I know I talk about this a lot because I'm still salty about it. It was a Gary deck that you threw a bunch of Magikarp up, or whatever on the bench, yada yada. However, they had 30 hit points, and then, well, you had Greninja that just did 30 to everything. So it's like that one card just
the end of it. Yep.
Yeah, the deck was so good. It was so good. The momentum was great. So good, but. Greninja was so popular, and it single-handedly just stopped that entire deck. Made me sad. Couldn't have did that back in the Durant Mill days, huh?
No, yeah, that one, just let that one go. That one got a free pass. No Fun Police didn't stop that one.
Yeah, no.
Why, Urban, yes.
Urban, hi.
So we opened up for those of you on YouTube, a case of Shiny Treasures, which is 20 booster boxes of the Japanese Shiny Treasures. And we got the 2 best secret art rares, the Iono and the Charizard, a God pack. And then Kim is working on completing the set, and we got 8 cards of the 24 that she needs. So
only 8 of the 24 out of what, 20 boxes you just said?
Yes, yeah, but we got the most expensive one.
Ouchies.
We got the Charizard.
Still, ouch.
Now it's a shiny set, so there's like 150 or 140 different cards of the secret rare, set.
Oh,
So
God.
it's one of those,
Oh, I forgot there's Radiance in here.
Oh yeah.
We'll show everything we get at the end.
Yeah,
For now,
I'm
just
fighting my way out. I'm trying to get some space here. One pack at a time.
I'm just wondering how quickly we can get through 500 packs because, not attrition, but whatever it's called. When you do 1,000 packs, you start slowing down. What is that called? I know it's a pretty whatever
fatigue
or something. Yeah. So I'm like, can we? I don't know. It shouldn't kick in the first only 500 packs. But then again, we are pretty rusty with opening this. So
I've been opening for the last 5 hours now.
That's fair.
But no, I am.
Yeah, we need
at
least. Okay, so in my. What the hell?
Oh, we got some of those. I wonder if we'd see those. So yeah, we opened up other Lost Origin from this box set or this. These are building battle kits.
That is such a weird error.
Get some.
Such a weird error.
I saw booster boxes like that, and it was every other pack had the uncommons replaced with 3 energy cards.
Man, my brain wasn't expecting
Yeah,
that.
it breaks your mind, right?
Okay, so in my experience of opening 1,000 packs, statistically speaking, it's about 1 in 1,000. So we should technically only have a 50-50 chance of getting the Tina. However, let's defy that and get like 2, maybe
I think
3.
we can, because we opened, there's like 300 packs on top of this that we opened up. And
Well, it's
no
also
Tina yet, so.
If it doesn't come straight out of booster boxes, that's why I don't like. So if I open 1,000 packs, like for myself, I don't like grabbing 4 cases that all are sequential, because you get the seeding effect taking place.
Yep.
Like you're not going to get 6 of them in one. But if you go like, all right, I'll take a box from this case, a box from this case, some random packs from this case, you do increase your odds of hitting 0. But you can also hit something crazy.
Crazy, yeah.
Yeah, so you could walk out with 4 or 5 of them. I mean, the odds are you won't. But basically, what I'm saying is when you hit 1, it's not like, okay, the rest of these packs don't have it. No, each pack is live.
It only takes 1 pack too. So I mean, like, but this is 500 packs. Like, we have to get multiple alt arts. There's no way. I will not live in a world where we don't get a single one.
We'll see, buddy. So far, so good.
We're in the priming phase. We're warming the packs up. You know, we're gonna end strong.
There's still packs off screen too.
There's
so
a
this
mountain.
isn't it.
Yeah. I'm just fighting for some space right now.
I'll
Oh no.
assist
Look
you.
at this. I'm clearing my way out here.
We are not going to profit or loss this one though.
No.
Kind of hard to do. Yeah, when we record live, it's hard to do the profit because 1,000 packs before we'd record the video and then I'd sit down and sort them all out, take the time. But it's like that takes some time, so we're not going to make,
Bad for
them
business.
wait. Be like, all right, guys, we'll be back in an hour and a half when we get this all sorted, priced, and
show me your belly button.
Biggie breaks. Show me your belly button.
Oh man.
Okay, I can do that for you. I can do that. I have an Audi. No, I don't have an Audi.
I'll send a picture later. Don't worry.
But if I did have an Audi, you'd have to pay more to see it. Okay.
It's like the foot tax or something. Like,
The foot tax.
Very nice feet. Yeah.
Hey, thank you for as well.
Yo,
So we had
let's go.
15 months and a 3-month come in.
Theos
Thank you,
underscore
folks.
333. You have
How,
subbed for 3 months.
Look at this break,
make
yeah.
poor life
Mimsy. We haven't got there yet. We have not. No mission accomplished banner.
There's hundreds of packs.
We'll work on it though. So hi, Mimsy.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
This is my
It's kind of popping off here for 5 a.m. I gotta say.
first
I thought
video
we'd
back
be
in a while.
talking in the void.
There's always people around. Mimsy's usually around. Kim likes to just pop up time to time, say hi, and then fade back into the shadows.
I feel bad because I told people, like, 500 pack Lost Origin opening. We'll get through the regular queue. And the regular queue just kind of went on for a while. And Kim's like, I want a case. And I'm like, oh, yes, I got you a case.
That is
I got
Kim.
you a really good case. She picked it, though. I'm like, I have a case in the basement and a case in the car. What do you want? Do you want the mobile card store version? She's like, mobile card store, yeah.
Not off center enough to be cool, just off center.
Hopefully we don't see a Tina like that. Tina,
I haven't
please
seen
be
a
centered.
wildly off-centered card in a very long time.
In one of their other breaks, so it might be a YouTube video on here. If you go find the 400 pack Astro Radiance that I did with my friend Trevor, he is my cavalry, my backup on these long nights. We did get one that was a Glacian, or no, it was a Galarian Articuno showing half of another card.
It's been a very long time since I've seen that. Usually all the off-center cards I find now are just annoyingly off-center.
Yeah, not enough to be cool. So it was like weird because I'm like, I got more excited about that than the alt arts. And I'm like, well, I see the alt arts all the time.
Yeah, but we don't see
That is
this.
rare. That is truly rare. Sui and Goodra V-Star.
All right, where is it? We just need to get this. You guys took a big break from streaming? I definitely did, yes.
I've been sporadic.
I've been gone for over a month. I need to get more YouTube videos recorded as well. I think the clip's about done. I guess this video could go for a few days. But I'm trying to actually... Oh, I need to figure out more product, too. I was looking at that shelf, and I'm like, I'm down to table scraps.
Oh, I got you. I'll bring over a variety.
Yeah, I need to get...
That's the lucky
That pack's
pack.
gone forever.
Oh, no.
I found it.
I mean, this has to be it, right? I'm going to...
No, it's...
Nope, all right, we didn't
it
miss
was a
anything,
white
all right.
code. I was like, oh, no, that pack is not coming back. They're not winning as of yet if we're going off of just arrows and Tinas. That's,
Arrow and Tino, yeah.
the Aerodactyl's so amazing. Just, I love that one the most.
Ooh, I don't know. Mr. Biggie Breaks, you're in here. What's the longest streak you've gone for your bounties without hitting a alt-art from
Wait,
Lost
there's still a
Origin?
bounty going on?
He does bounties all the time, but I am bringing back the Silver Tempest bounty for everybody.
That's what I was
James has
wondering,
given
so I
me
know
permission.
James
I'm bringing
started
it
it.
back. We were doing $1.99 Silver Tempest packs to give Derium some time to get ready.
Oh, yeah, I didn't
And
know if that was a thing.
We
so.
primed up about 100 packs, 150 packs. So
Do you know what the bounty's up to?
it's around 250, I think. I gotta go check James's stash pile.
I remember when
My
I...
biggest thing is I need to automate it. I don't want to write it down on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
No, I'm sophisticated.
When I paid out James that one day, I had to point out, I'm like, I'm not paying you out the bounty. He tried to collect it in his paycheck,
Lindsay
and I'm like, no, the
you have
bounty
subbed for
stays in the
14
pool.
months.
Correct. Yes.
Full
Yeah.
life
He's
choices.
like, yeah.
I think he did something really convoluted with it. I'm like, all right, James.
Mimsy. Mimsy, thank you for all the subscriptions, everyone. Thank you. I like how I said I wasn't going to put chat on screen because don't worry, no one's here. Yep. No. Well, hey, there.
Yeah, you bring all the people to the town, right?
It is
Or the yard or whatever,
4:50 in
yeah.
the morning. Great.
We got people waking up. They're like, I'm gonna go lurk a little bit, see what's going on. And they're like,
Yeah.
wait, a pre-recorded video with Derium? Wait, no, it's live. No, shut up.
What?
Yeah.
CNBC goes live in 10 minutes, so we got to hurry up. Just kidding. Just kidding. There's nothing going on in the markets right now that I care about.
Nothing optimistic, at least.
Nope. Just waiting for more banks to fail. That's about it.
Oh no.
They're going to be smaller ones and for nothing fun.
That's why I went to a big bank now. Big bank safe. Too big to fail.
Yeah, I mean, I was with Huntington, which is a pretty large regional bank. But I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to Chase. I'm just doing it. I'm just going to Chase. Chase isn't going anywhere.
No, I like Chase. Chase is all around the world or all around the
Yeah.
country. You know.
Problem with Chase though is they're so large, they don't have a high yield savings account because
Yeah,
they don't need one.
to, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, you can buy our CDs. I'm like, no, I want to put money in a high yield savings account.
Yeah.
They're like, we don't have one of those. I'm like, Chase, you're so large, you don't have to cater to us. That's the downfall. But,
Oh God, Kim is thinking bad thoughts.
Wait, what is that?
Another day, Kim. Save it for another day.
No, Kim. I'm doing this order and then I'm leaving. Remember, I'm working my way back into it, so don't do it, Kim. Don't do it. However, Kim, I do love you, Kim. If you do, okay, Kim, if you place the order, we're not opening it tonight. I'll be here next stream and I'll open it.
Yes, I will guarantee
yes,
get
sir.
him. If you're missing something, if you're like, hey, I really wish we had that, and I'll be like, I probably have that
I pay a couple dollars for this.
on that bulk buy list.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I've almost fought my way through the first row.
5% is the norm right now, which is kind of scary. Talking about high yield savings accounts, yeah, I locked into my Huntington at 4.5% because I got it too early. Because you can lock in for 12 months. And you kind of pick, be like, yep, lock me in.
Yeah.
And I was like, 4.5, I'll take that. And then now Robinhood's at like 5.25 or
really?
something. Yeah, but...
Man, I wish I could save money. I would do that.
Oh,
Well,
wait, patiently.
I'm pokey rich. Well, pokey something.
Yeah, it's 5%. So my parents, I'm not old enough to remember this, but I remember my mom talking about... because when my grandma and grandpa on my mom's side went into retirement, this was during the, I think, late 80s, maybe early 90s, and savings accounts were yielding 12%. Just 12. You just put money in a savings account, 12%. You can buy government.
Really?
Yeah, you can buy government bonds over 10%.
Man.
So my grandparents' retirement was literally buy 30-year government bonds. We get 10% of our money the rest of our life. We can sell it at any time. And then interest rates went down, and those bonds just skyrocketed. So it's like, I want that kind of retirement. None of this, I got to depend on the stock market, this and that. Just
Oh,
like,
that's- yeah.
throw money in a savings account. I get over 10%.
So
Cool.
what nowadays is better than it was back in the day?
What's better today than it was?
Yeah, I'm like, what's something positive here? It's not the housing market.
Okay, financially speaking, for us plebs,
Yeah.
nothing. Nothing.
Okay.
'Cause you know how you talk about like the money always filters upwards, right? Like the rich get richer, yada yada yada.
Oh, yeah.
I've got, when people are like, "Oh, this person made $20 million last year," okay, that's kind of a lie. They did. They got assets. It's usually stock options. It wasn't cash, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, you guys are looking at, but like, no, when you look at the sense of what do we do with our money? We can throw it into the stock market and just get like yanked around by all the hedge funds, algorithms, and you're at the whim of those people who literally feast on us to make their money, right?
Correct. Yeah. We're over here, finding our retail traders. Got my Robinhood app,
Yeah, so it's like you're basically throwing your dollar into a pool where there's trillions of other assets whose job is to eat your dollar. I don't like that. That's basically the only option we have now because. Good luck buying homes for rental properties. Good luck buying a home to live in. The high-yield savings accounts are an anomaly. They'll go away because the Fed wants to lower interest rates so bad, which they shouldn't. Interest rates need to be 7-8% because that's how you actually get rid of inflation. You have to raise it much higher than the inflation rate. Given the fact we got up to 9%, interest rates should have been 11%. That's what Paul Volcker did to actually get rid of our inflation back in the 70s and 80s runaway. But Jerome Powell doesn't have a spine anymore. And so, what I'm trying to say by all of this is those days of just buying 30-year, 10-year government bonds and having that security, it's just gone.
At least we have crypto.
Gone. Crypto. Yeah, we have to kind of gamble now to get ahead of inflation. Yeah. Now, I understand you say the stock market goes up on average 10% a year. Sure, it does on average. But that's the risk that I don't like. I don't like putting my entire retirement into that. I don't like it. I don't know where I'm going. I'm not really quite awake with everything yet. But what's better today? I mean, I guess iPhones are cool and they're cheaper. And
they are cool, yeah. Oh, ChatGPT. All right.
ChatGPT is going to be...
We're on the cusp of the AI revolution.
The fact that we plebs can go along with that right now is amazing. However... If you want ChatGPT to do anything cool for you, do it now before regulations sit in.
Oh yeah,
and you can't.
You can't do this anymore.
Because there's a lot of things I've had ChatGPT write for me as scripts that there's no way because it has an ethical standard, but you can get around the ethical standard right now. They will tighten that up. It's always the Wild Wild West days. It's like when the internet was huge in the 1990s. You could do a lot of things on there that would land you in prison today.
It was crazy and stuff you were telling me, and I'm like, wow.
There was just no
regulations. Yeah.
Well, when all of your elected officials are 80 years old, it takes them some time to understand this newfangled technology. So ChatGPT will end up suffering the same fate, or AI will, for us. But... I don't know. It's weird, man. Things are great, and I'm not going to complain in the sense that we live better than kings and queens of England did, right? Think about it. The microwave wasn't a commonplace household item until the 1980s.
Are you serious? I take that for granted. Now we got the...
Think about that.
The microwave isn't even the coolest thing anymore. It's the...
The microwave came out, I think, in the 1960s, but it was 6 feet tall. It weighed 500 pounds, and it wasn't refined enough for household use until literally... the 80s, and it would cost you way too much money.
Your friend had money.
Yeah, they had to send technicians, literally, I think in the 70s, to your home to teach you how to use it. So think about this. I was born at a time when microwaves weren't the standard in households.
That is crazy to think. I mean, nowadays it's all right, we got the air fryer. This is amazing.
Yeah, those so many cool things. So we have a lot more cooler gadgets, and they're affordable. That is, I think, where our not our richness, but you know what I'm saying.
Our benefits, yeah.
Our benefits are.
We'll see how the AI thing goes. Turns out maybe in 10 years it'll be we've kind of ruined our whole economy. All right, let's all be hippies now. Or,
I mean, things change.
Everything
technology changes.
Yeah.
Once AI starts trying to develop medicine, there's probably really good things on the horizon.
I think there'll be really big things there.
Yeah, so there's a lot of opportunity there. But in general, I would say...
I mean, AI is so much more intelligent than us in a lot of aspects.
I mean, every aspect.
Yeah.
Okay,
even emotional intelligence it has really well down. So,
oh my God.
That's
the
biggest eye opener.
That was insane. Oh my God. All right. Here's what I'll try to say. What's better for us now than before? We have a lot better, cheaper distractions when it comes to technology. We do have a lot of ease of use. We have a lot of conveniences. However, home ownership's just kind of a
this car is huge right now.
$50.
Yeah, is it even more right now or no?
No.
Okay, so $50. All right. Wow, we finally got a big one. Woo-wee. On the board. You have all this nice room over here. I'm coming here.
I do.
Yeah.
I don't know where my brain's going and everything. I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't go off about this during. Hey, we're opening 500 packs. I'm going to start complaining about property tax soon.
I think people can relate to that, though.
Property tax is a scam. It's a scam. I understand everyone's like, or some people, not everyone. Some people are like, well, how are you going to have police officers and how are you going to have whatever? There's ways around that. You can just have better spending. You know, you could just use it from the sales tax.
Well, Ohio
you know,
has the worst property taxes because that funds the schools. So the poorer areas get poorer, and the richer areas get richer. They get better education.
Yes, and then you have open enrollment, which I understand. It's basically, hey, if you are in the lower economical system, you can bring your kids to a better school. But then the people who went to that school want to open enroll into a different school.
Yeah.
And then it just ends up becoming this large chasing scheme. Yeah, I don't like the fact that education is paid for based on your home value.
Values. Yeah, that's a
That's
huge
so
issue in
stupid.
Ohio. I don't know how many. I imagine other states do it like
No,
that.
it perpetuates the fact that if you're born in a poorer area, you're going to have worse education, which means you're probably going to be poorer, which means you're going to live in an area where your kids are going to go to a worse school. It further perpetuates itself, and that's why it's so hard. It's kind of like when people look at like a ghetto and they're like, why don't you just get out of there? Well, you can't. You get trapped in that situation, and you're in that cycle, and there's, you know, the future generations' lives don't move up, they move down. So I've always hated that the education of the kids is based on how much money the homes in the area are worth. I've never understood that. And then you can buy a house and you retire, and then something like a pandemic happens, your property tax goes up 40%. A home you've lived in for 50 years, you paid for, you own it, and then the government's like, well, if you can't pay triple the amount you were paying, we're going to seize your home.
Especially on people on fixed income. It's just like, hey, I was set to retire. I'm like, I'm set for my life. Like, I have enough money coming in to do my property taxes. Oh, your property taxes got tripled.
No, I think the way it should be is when a home is sold, that is when a large tax is added onto it, and then there's no more taxes on that property until it is sold again. And then maybe, you know what, maybe you could raise some like the not the income tax, the sales tax a bit, or get better at spending the money and stop spending on such stupid stuff. So maybe there is some money to go around.
Yes, yeah, that says a lot there.
Because once you, like, especially with how insane home ownership is now, once you check off that monumental box of I bought this insanely expensive thing, you should never have to worry about losing it because you lose your job or you retire or something. Like, it should be an asset you acquire, and unless you yourself actively screw it up, you have the security of it is yours. And it doesn't get taxed until it changed hands.
No, I
think that's how it should work. And then what about, you know, funding all the programs? We should just figure out a better way to do it. Or in my opinion, I'm going to say something controversial. Maybe instead of giving hundreds of billions of dollars to other countries to solve their problems, maybe,
I was waiting for it.
Maybe we should take that and solve our problems. Because you know what you always hear, and people are going to hate me for this one, but I'm just going to say it anyways. Because I remember people were giving Elon Musk crap. They're like, oh, I think it's $28 billion. You can solve hunger in America. And everyone's like, Elon, you should do that.
That was world hunger. That was the whole thing,
Yeah, you should do that. And then I keep hearing about Congress is sending $90 billion over here overseas. $90 billion. And I'm like, so can't that feed everybody in America twice?
Yep.
What about our homeless? What about our starving? What about, like, you know what I mean? So it's things of maybe we should just spend it. Okay, that's too political now.
But I was going to say on that point, when I had health care back in the golden days of working a 9-to-5 type card store job. 9 to 5 is very loose terms. But, I had health care, and then I went to actually use it because I had something happen. And then I just owed more money than I'd ever paid into my health care. And I'm like, one, nobody told me that this is how this works. I went to an urgent care, $40 copay. They took me in the same building. I crossed a barricade, and it became a new hospital that billed me $1,300. And the insurance was like, we don't cover that for an MRI or something like that. Dude. And then I was so mad. I'm like, America owes me like a missile or something. Like
I know. It's like where's my
like, one missile that could cover my lifetime of healthcare. I'm like, where is this? How can every other country in the world have this figured out? And we're just like, there's no solution. We don't know how to make it work. And it's
like where's our economic aid? Like that's So one of the things I was watching not long ago in the news, and not long ago, literally days ago, it was a couple who ended up selling their house. Okay, and they ended up living in an RV, a mobile home. or I guess it's not a mobile
Wait.
home. It's a motor home called a motor home. They're elderly, okay, so they're retired.
Okay, yeah.
They both got COVID in 2020, and then obviously because of the way the American system is, they had to file bankruptcy because they couldn't afford their
The
medical
medical
bills.
Yeah, that's like the number one cause of bankruptcy,
Yeah.
I think, in America.
Now, there's a Homestead Act where basically they say if you file for bankruptcy, you can't lose your home. You can lose all your assets, but your home isn't an asset, which is funny because why is it taxed as an asset?
Weird. Yeah.
We're going to tax it as an asset, but it's not an asset. It's a homestead. Well, according to the definition, homes and mobile homes are protected, but motor homes isn't considered a mobile home.
Of course.
They had to turn their RV over to the bankruptcy court, and they both became literally homeless. So think about this. They worked their ass off their entire life. They retired. They got sick due to a pandemic, had to file bankruptcy because of it, and now literally are living on the streets.
Yeah.
Like, it's game over. Like, that's the thing is that always worries me. It's like, dude, how do you get security as middle class when knowing that if a pandemic happens, you get sick?
That's just it.
The 50 years of your life you busted your ass to get to where you are vanishes overnight, and you know what? There's nothing there to help you. There's no one to help you. You're literally at soup kitchens now the rest of your life. Like, that's actually what keeps me up at night. So are we better off? And I'd say as long as you can keep running in the rat race, oh yeah, we are much better off. However, we are much more likely to fall off that cliff and not be able to recover than past generations, in my opinion. Why are we on this? But anyways, that's where...
We were talking about things that are better, and then we went right back to the negative, and then...
Well, I mean, it wasn't that long ago. A family of four could have one person earning the money, and you could own 2 cars
Can't
and
do
a
that
house.
anymore, really. Yeah, you gotta...
Yeah, so that's security. Basically, what I'm saying is this. If you have to start over, which everyone does when they turn 18, essentially, that mountain is much larger, and it's much more steep than it ever was, and it keeps getting steeper. So it's easier to fall down that mountain, and it's harder to reclimb it. That's what I'm trying to say.
I mean, it's crazy how much health insurance is for me to go buy a plan that's not the absolute bare minimum that won't do anything for me. It's like $500 a month.
It's insane.
And then at that point, I'm like, all right, I'll just put that money into a savings account, and then,
I can't
that
believe
usually would cover most things that come up outside of obviously very, catastrophic things. But it's like,
well, I love this good old Ocean Blue pointing out, which she's like, you lost another tooth. I mean, you can see that I'm missing a lot of teeth here, right? I don't have many teeth left because it's over 5 figures for me to get it fixed. Now, my insurance will cover 1 root canal a year.
Yeah.
Okay? But my teeth have degraded so much, it's like, that's over 30 years to get my teeth taken care of. 30 years. No. And then every time I went to get it priced, it's literally 5 figures. It's like, I'm just going to let them fall out of my head. And it's funny because they're always like, no, you run the risk of like getting an abscess that can turn sepsis and yada, yada, yada. And it's like, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to bankrupt my family to take care of my teeth, right? Like, it's just stupid to be in this situation, but I can't afford that. Like, no. It is, yeah, exactly. And any dental plan that would cover any of that, they don't exist.
They don't cover. No, they give you like, you'll get $1,000, $2,000 towards stuff. And then that, for the stuff, the type of, more advanced work or any type of work, it's like that money's gone. It's run out.
Yeah, the only option you get is if I go and get a career job where they've got great medical. Like, that's it. Oh, all right. What was pay back then? Like $1.25 an hour. Houses were like $2,000. Well, cars, I know. Well, that's pretty decent. It's $20. I don't remember the price off the top of my head, but inflation has been kind of insane. You don't need to never look at the actual dollar cost of something in the past. You want to look at basically like the output you could have and how much you get in compared. You know what I mean? Because if you go back to like the 1800s, I remember learning like a gun was like 20 cents. You know?
Yeah.
But it's like, but what was 20 cents back then? Like.
Well, I mean, I was even, bad enough when, one, I love the musical Hamilton. I do find it to be, it's a really good, really well-written piece. But, I was learning about Alexander Hamilton, which I didn't know anything about, and it's very historically accurate, but he never owned any slaves. And then, of course, I go down the rabbit hole. What did a slave cost in today's money? Because
no.
It's just interesting. I'm like, obviously a very dark period of America's history, but
I'm like, how much was it to buy a human? And then
crazy, right?
it's so it's still I can't wrap my head around the fact that we even just did that. We were cool with it.
I know it's like such.
So yeah, when you're talking about going back in the past, there's a certain point that I don't want to go beyond. I'm like, let's find this happy medium. Let's go with when everyone was worried about Russia and the Cold War in the 1950s, 60s, 70s, when you could actually afford things. Yeah, that's my narrow focus.
Like,
but then we're going to subtract Vietnam from that. We're going to subtract,
yeah.
You always have to do, no matter what time period you hit, you're like, okay, take this crisis out, take this thing out. Humans just can't get their shit together.
Nope.
Also, I love how someone's like, imagine being the person who bought this order, watching this VOD. You get an hour to talk about the American. Hey, man, this is what happens when I'm here. I'm sorry. Rant about Reaganomics. I can't. I understand people call it trickle-down economics. I know people have their issues with Reagan, but honestly, dude, he did save our economy from the runaway inflation of I don't want to blame Carter. Carter just didn't do much about it. He did save our economical system. Bush didn't do much, and Clinton knew it. That's why he had "it's the economy, stupid" literally as a thing, because he's like, yeah, okay, we need to keep working on that. So he did set in motion of economical responsibility, and then George Bush Jr. threw that out the window.
My favorite game.
So we had a small window.
Ground Zero Comics in Strongsville, Ohio. Definitely check it out. They don't really do any Pokemon or anything like that. But the owner, he's always like, man, the Clinton dollars back in the day. He's like, the collectibles were so good. The money was
Clinton
just
dollars.
Yeah, and I'm like, I want some Clinton dollar kind of things to come to my collectibles. I got the
Fiscal-
COVID dollars, but
fiscal responsibility. No, I'm not saying pro Democrat, pro Republican, neither. I mean, I kind of just gave props to both of them right there.
Yes, we're looking objectively.
But
please, we're not. It's not political. We're just looking at things
no.
like we're just ranting about things, and we're not offering solutions. We're just pointing out problems.
We're $34 trillion in debt. I just want to point that out. And it wasn't that long ago, Clinton, we were running at a surplus.
That wasn't that long ago, huh?
It
Weird.
wasn't that long. It was. Now, okay, there was still debt, right? Okay, but
Yeah.
wasn't. Whatever.
All right, on to gold and silver. Next.
Yeah. That's a good time to buy silver. What's better in your opinion? Bullion, bars, 90% junk. Okay, so is it time to buy silver? Silver is the more speculative asset. Let's put it that way. It has bigger moves than old man gold. So now if you're buying, okay, there's so much to say. Let me try to condense this so I don't go on for too long. I understand why people buy silver instead of gold, because 1 ounce gold coin is this big and it's going to run you $2,500. For $2,000, you can have a super sweet bar of silver. So visually, it's much more pleasing because you have a larger quantity of precious metals. I'm always going to push towards gold, but not buying gold less than an ounce, because the premiums are too high. For example, I'll get to silver in a second, but just let me get this out here. So if you buy 1 ounce of gold, let's just use nice even numbers and say it's going to cost you $2,500. So a 1/10 ounce of gold you would think would be $250. No. That's going to run you like $350 to $400. So after you buy 10 of them, you've paid like $4,000 for an ounce. Not worth it. The premiums are not worth it. So I always said save up to get 1 ounce of gold if you can. Now for silver, junk silver is great if you just want to have just piles of it, the 90% silver. However, I will always just say go for bullion first, because there's no there's less premiums on it. There's no numismatic value. And then, or go for the world coins that are considered bullion, but they're also sovereign, which are 2 that come to mind. Skip the American ones. The premiums are way too high. Canadian and Australian. So the Maple Leafs and anything from Perth Mint that is not in the numismatic. So
you got me onto the Perth Mint. Very nice. Very nice.
Perth Mint is absolutely amazing, but the most accessible, best ones, in my opinion, is buy silver Maple Leafs. So they're sovereign coins from Canada. They're the 2nd or 3rd most popular in the entire world behind Americans, and they're close enough to being bullion, and anybody will take them. That's where I would go. Now, keep in mind, if you buy physical silver, it tarnishes by looking at it wrong. Like silver,
Yeah.
just to the open air, will just get destroyed. Gold won't. Gold won't tarnish at all. Well, you have to really try, but silver will. So you have to protect your silver a lot. But anyways, yeah. So the junk silver is cool. Don't get me wrong, but silver is so cheap at like $25 an ounce. Just buy some smaller bars. Sunshine Minting, I think, has like the coolest bars to me. Or go Sovereign Coins of, in my opinion, Maple Leafs. The reason I would never do American Silver Eagles or Gold Eagles or whatever is because the premiums are way too high, and American gold is not what gold actually looks like, because it's the gold coin. There's an ounce of gold in there, but it's only 93% gold. It's 7% copper and silver. They mix it in to make it hardier so you can circulate it, as if anyone's spending a $2,500 coin for $50.
Going in the gold collection.
So Perth Mint and the Maple Leafs, gold Maple Leafs, are 99.99% gold. It is so it's considered 0.9999 gold. You can get 0.39s, but whatever. So basically what I'm saying is, if you put a Maple Leaf next to a American Eagle, the American Eagle, you're like, I always thought this is what gold looks like. No. This is what gold looks like. They both have a goldish tone, but one is gold.
How you can see how whatever the term is for silver or for gold, you can like push a fingernail into it if it's here.
Yeah, people used to think that, in like the old movies, they would bite on the coins, make sure they're real. People thought that like, they're looking for it to like be strong. No, they're actually looking for their teeth to sink into it.
Yeah,
because an actual soft. Yeah, don't do it if you have a gold coin, but you can actually take it and just go and you leave your teeth imprints in it. It's so soft.
Oh, Mimsy, this is it. This is the last order of the night. The brakes are still up, but anything made now, depending on the size, we'll get done on the next stream.
Real estate's looking like a good investment. You got that kind of cash, dollar bills. I would actually wait until they pass a lot better anti-squatter laws before I even thought about renting a property.
Ohio's pretty good for that, though, right? To my understanding.
Decent, but the thing is like, even just evicting an actual tenant can take forever, which tenant rights, yes, we need to have strong tenant rights for sure. But squatters being considered tenants right now is, I would scare me.
Gotta get, yeah. That's closed up.
Been tempted. We don't have enough time left to talk about that, but I'll rant about that later. Been tempted to pick up some old silver coins, like $50 and things, just because they're both collectible and have a decent amount of silver. Though I definitely put any silver. Yeah, basically the 90% or the junk silver, or whatever. No, that's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. What you have to look out for is people that are not gouging it, but charging too much. Because I know like people be like, hey, here's like the bag of nickels or dimes or whatever. The price can be quite insane on those. But those are fine. The only thing I'll say real quick is, do not collect your precious metals in the form of jewelry. Don't do, unless you get a steal on it, because the gold content is so minimum compared to the astronomical premium you paid on it. Unless you're going to wear it, sure. But if you're just going to save it, skip. Don't do that. Don't do that. Sorry, what are you going to say?
No gold chains. Well, I was going to say there was the scandal of what advertisers on like Fox News and stuff like that were selling way overpriced gold to older people at just insane markups.
The gold retirement.
Yeah.
That scam is still around, because they did make it around Fox News, and then to its
anything with an older general viewership.
Correct.
That would be like...
And they were charging people... I don't remember what it is, so don't quote me on this, but it was like 6 times the price of what you could just buy it for.
Yeah, I remember seeing... I think there was lawsuits, and they're starting to investigate that, but I'm like, wow.
Yeah, that is... And what's crazy, too, is gold is so accessible minus the cost. But I'm saying if you have the money to buy it, like... It's there at mex.com. You can go to the United States Mint.
Yep.
You can go to the Canadian Royal Mint and buy it directly from the governments themselves. Will ship it to you. Now, it's the physical storage that's the problem, but when you have JP Morgan and Chase with their security boxes.
Safe deposit box, yeah. And Costco, Costco sells gold
now.
Yeah,
Costco. There's the arrow.
Thank God. All right, we were getting through a lot. There were not many packs left.
It is slightly...
I'm sorry. Yo, Aerodactyl V, Altart!
It is slightly off-centered, though.
they're a binder collector, so they are. It'll look beautiful.
I know, but that hurts my heart to see it off centered.
Oh, thank God! All right, let's get a bunch of altars.
Oh,
here.
that hurts my heart.
All the packs are on screen now, so.
I'm also gonna fuss at your friend back there for a second. Don't take this personal, buddy. But can you not vape down here? Because guinea pigs are very bad with respiratory illness. That's why he's down here. That's okay. I just smelled it and I'm just like, no, that's okay, man. Just okay. Just yeah. We need to keep this air as clean as we can for him. You're all good. Nothing scissors won't fix. Exactly.
True. Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, you trim it a little bit. I mean, what's even worse is that people do that.
I need sleeves.
Sleeves?
Not. You gotta just take like half that stack.
Yeah.
We don't need a ton. All right. So anything else I can say that's gonna push away people?
Let's see. Well, I think we did really well with the political talk.
Not political.
It wasn't real political talk, but it was things that get people fired up and they don't want to have an open conversation.
The problem I have is I'll get on going on a subject like property tax, but I don't adequately explain myself. Then I move on to another topic.
Yeah.
That's my problem. So it just seems like I have bad take after bad take after bad take. So yeah, newbie doing newbie things. No. It's all good. It's all good. It's just something you don't typically think about.
No, yeah, not this day and age. I was talking to. I couldn't resist. I came over and I'm like, "Oh, Wifey," and I talked to Wifey for like an hour and a half. And
I remember I woke up at like 10:30 at night or something, and I heard you all talking.
I was just there chat. Yeah, I was like, "Oh, I should go stream." I'm like, "It's like 11 p.m." and I'm like, "These people hate me."
Ultimately, everything is political. True, and I hate that. I absolutely hate that. I, honest to God, do remember a time when I could be like, I hate that president, and people are like, yeah. And that was it. It just ended there, you know?
Yeah.
Or they're like, yeah, I kind of like him. It wasn't a team thing. That's why I think people get confused, because I'm just like, I'll say like really good things about Clinton, and I'll turn around and just be like, this is also why I hate the guy.
Yeah,
you know?
right. Like,
and
you
people are
see
like,
the good and the bad.
people are like, whose side you on? I'm like, what do you mean side? I'm just simply saying, there's no person alive where you 100% love or hate.
No.
Other than in politics.
So much now it's just too extreme to where it's like you either are 100% for everything on somebody or, either way. And it's like, why can't you see the good and bad of anybody and everything?
Why can't you just keep them in check?
Yeah.
And that's it. Like, you can be like, hey, this guy's on my team and he's doing great things, but I got a problem here. That's whatever. Like, lack of responsibility is why you have things like the SWAT team will do a raid on the wrong house, and then judges will be like, meh, you got to pay for the damages. Which happens literally every single day.
It's crazy.
Because we stopped holding those in power accountable for what they do, and instead we're like, you're on my team, go forth. And then we just stopped keeping them in check.
I mean, even like if they do a traffic stop on you and they have the canine come out, and sometimes they know how to tell the canine, be like, yeah, we're searching this car. And you're like, yep, the dog hit. And be like, all right, well, you just want to get in the car. And then they let the dog in. They rip everything apart, don't find anything. And they're like, all right, well, have a good day. And it's like, hey, wait, what? You just ruined my car. Like,
yeah, no, exactly. There's a case that the Institute for Justice picked up where, so they went to go raid someone's home, right? And they picked this house, they started assembling on it, and then they realized, wait, it's either next door. It's one of the two.
You should know.
But listen, no joke. You can actually, it's insane. It's working its way up to the, not the Supreme Court, but it's going to get there. Because there's already been a court case on this. So they realized, wait, it's one of the houses next door. And they had paperwork that said you're going to have to go over a chain link fence. Here's all the characteristics it has. Well, they randomly picked one of the houses.
Let's flip a coin, boys.
Yeah, it didn't have the chain link fence. It didn't have any of the characteristics they had in their paperwork. No joke, this is late at night. They busted the front window open, threw flashbangs in. They flashbanged two children, two little kids, okay? They went in. The mom was in the shower. They pulled her out, forced her on the ground, completely naked, right? In front of her kids who just were flashbanged. So she sued because guess what? It was the other house that had the chain link fence. So while they were doing that, one of the SWAT members was like, wrong house, guys. They left. So she sued for damages, for everything.
Oh, yeah.
The judge ruled, no, you have to make a reasonable attempt to decide you're at the right house. And he did take a little bit to see if it was the right house or not. And then that went up on appeal to a panel of judges. The panel of judges ruled in favor of the SWAT team saying, Well, they did try to take some precautions that it was the right house. That's where we're at. So a bunch of children can get flashbang at 2 o'clock in the morning while their mom's handcuffed nude in front of them. And the court system's like, well, the SWAT team, they knew it was a 50-50 chance. That was good enough.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the other house is like, oh man, there's a SWAT raid over there. That's probably for me. I should leave.
Yeah, they were going for a meth lab or whatever. So it's like, yeah, they're. But anyways,
like the flashbangs and stuff. I'm like, that's very extreme for.
I'm sorry, but if anyone flashbanged my children, that would be my last night alive.
Ruby Ridge, or any of your other things in a video game that you would play out.
Allegedly
in a video game.
Allegedly in a video game. No, that and you know what? I probably shouldn't say this, but it's really sad that I'm to the point now where you keep hearing about more and more of that and no accountability for our government that I fear the police coming into my house and doing harm to my family more than a criminal.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Am I old? Does that mean I'm officially 60 or 70 now? What does this mean?
It's weird. As I get older, I'm like, I kind of see what the old people are talking about, but I'm like, wait.
Yeah.
This can't be like this.
I remember when they would talk and you're just like, you're just old and senile. The world's not that crazy.
Yeah.
And the older I get, more I'm like, wait, so you can flashbang kids at 2 o'clock in the morning and like that's perfectly legal?
Oh, yeah. It doesn't help. We have all these nice, lovely true crime shows that are fantastic watches, but it's like, wait, you get all these ideas in your head of like the craziest scenarios.
And I know you used to think like, okay, the odds of that are like 0. But then why is it every week there's another case going up in the Institute for Justice of the exact same thing happening where they took no precautions, they raided a home, they killed a dog, they killed somebody, you know what I mean? And it's like, why is this happening every week?
We have a very militarized police force, and it's weird going to other countries because it's like, you go to like the UK and it's like the people in London, it's like, the cops are just here to help you. Just like be respectful and don't be crazy.
And that's, you know what? That'll be the most dangerous topic I'll talk about next time. Dude, with police, it's like I spent my entire life being like, yep, FOP, the fraternal police. The police are great because I've had great interactions with them and yada yada. But man, has all of that gotten super challenged. I would say in the last few years, there's a lot of times where I'm just like, maybe I was picking the wrong team.
At least that's a sign of, I don't know, I'd say intelligence or something like that. Be like, you can look at a situation and either side, like process new information, and be like, you know what, I can change my mind. I'm not saying on that issue, but I'm just saying.
And it's something too
general,
where I understand they're like, oh, most cops are trying to do I get that, but the damage that bad ones do outweighs the good that a lot of these good ones are doing in a lot of these insane cases. And that's when it's like, you guys are. We'll talk about that later.
Next 500 pack opening. We got her.
But I think honestly, maybe it's a lot of the court systems that just allow it, and I can't. I guess when the court's like,
issue.
Go ahead and do it. You can't be sued. You got qualified immunity.
Yep.
I mean, of course, that's going to corrupt people, right? When you are in a position of power where they give you a literal gun. And they go, you cannot be held accountable for your actions because you have qualified immunity. And if you do get sued, don't worry. We're going to make sure the charges go away. Of course, you're going to have people
bad actors
become corrupted. And of course, you're going to have people gravitate towards that job who want to do bad things.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
okay, all right, let's go.
I guess that's what I'm trying to say is maybe I was right on both. Maybe growing up, the police were a much better cause and force because maybe people who wanted to protect were gravitating there. But now that we've learned you can do anything you want to and you can push people around, and you know what? The fact that you were shoved into a locker as a kid in high school, you get to take that anger out now on the everyday civilian and no repercussions. That person's more likely to gravitate towards that job to end up abusing it. So perhaps it was a shit. Man, does anyone, how many people...
The comment section is going to be potentially ridiculous.
Listen, dude, I don't care. Yeah. I'm to the point in my career here where it's like, I love you. If you want to leave because you don't like what I have to say, I completely understand. Thank you for spending time with me. I am just, I'm old. I am bitter. I have things on my mind, and I do this now kind of as a
therapy session.
Therapy, yes, exactly.
Basically, it's yell into the void,
Yeah. So I apologize for anyone that I offended. I don't apologize for what I said. I just apologize for that I made your day potentially not as, Anyways, sometimes it's a shubber who ends up becoming a cop. Sometimes they both do. The person who's got a vendetta against the world and the person who just was born hating the world. And perhaps that might be an issue. I'm offended by these pools. So am I.
We're getting there. There's more. There's got to be more. There's like 50 packs left.
So am I. I don't know. But anyways,
I saw your Twitch.
that
I
is
guess not. It was my
that is definitely something, just to wrap it up, I've been conflicted about more and more over the last few years, was my unwavering support for the police department as a whole to suddenly...
Well, I mean...
I got questions, man.
Some of the crazy... I mean, watching Lato's Law, that's one of my favorite
Yes.
YouTube channels. We both love that one. And it's just interesting to see these lawyers' perspective on some of these ridiculous things that come up. Like you said, that's another very good one.
That's a good one. And to be fair, like when I do watch a lot of the police body cam videos, right, that are huge everywhere, I don't understand how almost every cop I watch has the patience he has.
Oh, it's
like,
insane. Yeah, when you see these body cam videos,
I know.
It's like...
I'm like, how are you not slapping this person around?
Yeah, I'd be like, I don't know if I could be that good.
I could not.
Yep.
So there is still a huge majority that are just like dealing with abuse that is insane, and they're keeping their cool. So it's like props to those guys. So just to drive the point home, I think that minority few, I think, became larger maybe over the past, I don't know, generation, and they are doing so much damage that it's distracting from the good that is out there, which is still the minority or majority. Is that a good way to? I don't know if that's a good way to put it. Regardless, I'm sorry, but if you flashbang a bunch of kids early in the morning, I don't care that you kept your cool with a belligerent drunk.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We got bigger problems here. That's what I'm gonna say. Qualified immunity needs to go away because it's a catch-22. For those of you that don't know, real quick. Oversimplified, what qualified immunity is. If a cop does something to violate your rights, even if it's a constitutional right, you cannot sue them unless there's already been established lawsuit against a cop for doing the exact same thing in your local court systems. Now keep in mind, well, wait, so if he's the first cop to violate my civil rights, I can't sue him unless a cop before him has already been sued. So how does the first cop get sued? He can't. It's a catch-22. That's the problem with the system. You see what I'm saying? Oh, wait, but
I get you.
No one's been sued for this before, therefore you can't sue him. Yes, that's why there's a problem with
And then
this.
even for these, the legal system's not the most accessible, right? So this happens to somebody, they have to then find a lawyer, most likely to take on the case for free and take 40% of their winning or their, what they get at trial. Because it's like they can't just be like, all right, dang, this happened to me. All right, here's $50,000 to fight in the legal system.
Yeah, well, and the thing too is a lot of these people who are in these situations, it's not money they're after. They're after changing the system.
Yeah.
Because honestly, if you were doing your job and you knew you could personally be held liable, your house could be on the line if you decide to be a monster, perhaps you will decide not to be a monster that day. But here's the problem. What happens if you do sue a cop and you win? Well, you're not suing the cop, you're suing the police department.
Comes out of the city.
Who pays? The taxpayer pays. So there's no accountability at all.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe if you can fix that system where there's actual accountability, they'll think twice and actually look at the paperwork to go, this address doesn't match that address. Let's not flashbang those kids.
It blows my mind, yeah. You wouldn't, when I deliver, if I ever deliver a package or something like that, usually I'm pretty sure, be like, this is the right house? Okay, yes.
Listen, here's the best way I can put this. To me, it is insane. We live in a current society where a pizza delivery guy does more due diligence to ensure he's at the correct house than the SWAT team does.
I like that. I like the way you put it there, yeah.
That's my problem. That's it. Domino's Pizza has a higher standard for ensuring they're at the correct address than the dudes with guns and flashbangs do at 3 o'clock in the morning. That's it. Go after their pensions. Yep. All right, I'm done. I'm sorry, everybody.
Well, this is an insane, a great video.
I haven't been here for over a month, so it's all coming out. But
we're getting it all, yeah.
I actually do agree. If you go after their pensions, that will stop a lot. A lot.
I think, too. If anybody's like, I disagree with you, well, come over to Twitch when we're streaming. Well, especially him. I'm more. I just open the cards.
I know, and I've said this a million times.
Like,
For you that don't know, I love people with, I'd say, dissenting views from mine. I love engaging in that conversation of someone that has a different opinion. I'm not always out for echo chambers because that's not how you change your mind on anything. So if you don't like what I said, I would love to discuss it, not argue, discuss it. I would love it.
Yeah.
But
see different viewpoints and things like that and be like, oh, that's not something that I was aware of, or anything like that, and be like,
yeah, and to sum it up, to end it, I'm not saying I'm like, yes, pro-police, or yes, hate the cops, ACAB, whatever. I'm simply saying this issue is getting worse and worse and worse. Accountability is becoming less and less and less, and this is already became an issue that is very huge, and oh my God, why isn't this fixed yet? That's what I'm saying.
Next time we'll rant on healthcare more. No, there's not really much to say about it except it's really screwed up, and why can't we fix it? But oh well.
Called money.
We can all agree that it's a horrible system. Well, most of us, I think.
You know what? It still comes down to everything I'm saying. Votes.
We need our alt art. We need more. I haven't opened one yet. I want to get a Giratina.
Sean, the answer is simply this. When you have a lot of money, you're willing to throw at someone who needs to throw a lot of money at getting a lot of votes. They're going to make sure you get what you want, no matter what the detriment to the actual people voting is.
Yes. On the next video, we're going to talk about lobbying in the American political system.
We should do every other one. Next one, we're going to talk about like the biggest, fluffiest, like we're just going to talk about like, I don't know, ponies. You know? And then we'll switch back in.
Oh my gosh. All right.
All right, Sean, you want to show off? Okay, so
it's recap time.
Obviously, we skipped the Tina, the big one. We got the Arrow, which is off-centered. We didn't even get I don't think we got the Rotom. Did we get the secret rare?
We only got,
Giratina?
as far as I know, we only got one alt art, which is like kind of crazy.
We got only two. Oh, yeah. This was real bad. Back to reality.
All right, let's get the sword out here. I don't know. Hit up the old distributor, be like, what have you done to me? No. This just shows how brutal this era is. But I mean, that's part of the reason the cards have insane values,
Did we
right?
even top load this? Isn't this like...
That,
It's like...
I don't know. It's a habit, I guess.
Yeah, I guess
no,
that's
even
fair.
this guy's got a straight print.
Oh,
there.
I didn't even see that. Oh, my God. I was too busy ranting about property tax. Look at that. Is that... It didn't come through to the back.
It's very weird. Yeah, very weird.
Also, what I'm wondering is that Sean's sitting here like doing breaks, and then I just come in and I'm just like, let's make everyone mad. Are you like, whoa, business, put on a happy face?
No, it's interesting. I bore myself sometimes.
All right. I don't even know how I got on
It
this.
keeps it fresh. I'm like, oh, thank God someone here has got something to say.
Yeah, that was not good.
All right, one, I'll have to... Oh, we got the gold one. There's a gold one there. That's nice. What have I done? Oh, I'm messing my...
I don't even know how you want this, like...
I'm just sorting by rarity. It's not really... Well, trying to. It's not going well. All right, it's going fine enough.
Oh, we did get that one. Okay.
All right. We've done things.
Not great, but we did.
I was like pretty sure we were gonna get like. I was thinking 2 Giratinas, to be honest, because
I was hopeful.
This is all the stuff from the distributor, and I was like, all right, we've seen there were 744 packs, something like that, and I'm like, all right, we've seen the other 200 something, and we have not gotten an alt art. So I'm like, surely these are just juiced. Like, there's no way. I mean, we did get the alt art, which shows, why? Very nice.
Man, this is just brutal, so I don't even know how you...
I find them more Lost Origin, and they get best price for best customer. Oh. All right. I'm figuring this out. All right. But no, yes, it is. I like it because, as Wifey says, you can talk to a brick wall.
Me?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what I want to do one day is I want to pay someone to go through, like, a lot of my old VODs or videos because I've been doing them forever. And I want someone to, like, actually graph my bitterness because... Over time,
yeah.
Yeah, you can just see like the downfall of Derium's brain and the bitterness just increasing. So I know that has happened. I would love to see it like, 2017, this is about where you work. 2019, Man, 2020, whew, you started not doing good, buddy.
Oh my gosh, we could time it up at different life events. Be like, well, this was one transfer of the company, or
There was this, there was that.
like this is what was going on here.
Yeah, I would love to see that just kind of graphed out. Yeah, that arrow probably problem. Yeah. We can have an AI learn Derium's voice and make it say positive things. There you go. I'll just what is do AI training on my voice. There's enough video out there for it.
Hit up Kit Boga, be like, yo, can I borrow your AI that you developed? Like,
just
put
be
myself into
positive.
it. Yeah.
I know it sounds like I'm such like the most negative person in the world, but honestly, I don't interact with like a lot of people in depth, right? Like Sean and I talk a lot of business, whatever. Like we don't hang out and game for like an entire night. And then obviously there's Wifey, but it's like I'm not just gonna like complain to her the whole time about property tax. So when I sit down here,
she would
I'm
roll
like,
her eyes. So
yeah, she's like, what? So when I sit down, I'm like, oh, I've got like 5 hours to talk to everybody. Hey guys, we're just deep diving. So like this was an hour-long video, so it's just kind of like, well, this is what's on my mind. We're gonna deep dive into this. So I don't know. It's good outlet for me. It is therapeutic.
All right, let's give those guys a top loader if you don't mind.
First time seeing you on here to say you're aware and concerned. Crazy. Wait, as if you raid the Capitol. No. I'm not. Wait, all these need top loaded, right?
Yeah.
No. I'm not doing a call for action of vigilante justice. No.
Absolutely not. No, we're just some people opening up Pokemon cards.
I'm saying fix the system though. However, applying pressure would be nice to fix the system, but properly doing it that will actually have an outcome and an effect.
Don't worry. I know the warning signs. If Derium ever asks me to get fertilizer in Minecraft, I'll be like, all right, there.
No. I'm not saying any of that. I am just kind of simply saying. And you know what? And when you're talking about life events that might have occurred, obviously there's 2020 and everything that happened to that, right? But also keep in mind, it's like I have a kid who turns 18. What's the date today? In 10 days.
I was talking to Wifey about that.
In 10 days. Literally the 16th of this month, my kid turns 18. Not that she's moving out or whatever, but it's like, you're an adult. There's a real world. We've already looked at everything, and I'm just like, what are the odds of her being able to be a homeowner? Like, she's done really well at saving money. Really, really well.
Well, that's what's helped with good parents, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of forcing there or whatever. But it's just like, I look at it, and I take a step back, and I'm just like, kid, you are entering into a world that, like, my God, you know, I used to think that when I entered into the world, I'm like, I have it so much worse than my parents. In the sense of like home ownership, you know, 2.5 kids and a white picket fence and owning a home, right? I mean, my mom and dad didn't even have a microwave, as we talked about, and I'm sitting here with like a cell phone, right? But then like I look at it with her, and it's just like, man, you have it so much worse than we did starting off. So yeah, that's been like on my mind more and more and more, because even when we're talking about like, you know, home ownership, whatever, I'm like, well, what if I pass this home down to her one day? Well, if I live another 20 years and I pass it down to her, I'm like, can she really spend like $2,000, $3,000 a month in property taxes, whatever it ends up being?
Right,
at
like
that time?
really working your whole life to be like, I'm just paying for my property tax, like.
Yeah, and it's just like this is So I think a lot more about that. So yeah, imagine being a homeowner. I know. Most homeowners I know have generational wealth. I am lucky because I am older. I was able to buy the home we had before this in 2010, which was the trough of the housing crash after 2008. So if it wasn't for that, I don't know where I would have been. But I got that less than half of what it sold for just a few years prior. So I was able to ride that up to the astronomical degree and then get into the home I'm in now. So that was luck.
No, it's like somebody came in the other day.
Born in
the
right year.
They're like, what would you change in your life, you know, looking back? And it was like, not really anything. No, you mean like everything is kind of lined up really well.
I would have had more money during the 2008 crash. You know what I mean? And that's most of your guys' problems and fault. You were in 5th grade during the 2008 financial crisis.
I know. I should have been saving up my.
Yeah, should have had money for a house.
Yeah.
No, so literally, like, I look at that and I'm like, I was able to get into the house I got into because at the right time I had the right job and I was saving for the right period of time when the market went down by like 50%. So when I look at the kid, it's just like, it just hurts, to try to figure it out. I was in college. Well, that's fault's on you for not buying 7 homes. Either inherit it from their parents or help them with the starter home. And that's what I worry about is if the kid inherits this home, God knows how many years down the line, it's like, yeah, it'd be an inherited home. Don't get me wrong. That's insane. Whatever. I don't have time to go over it, but that's opened my eyes to a lot more things.
The next 500 packer. All right. These are a bunch of ratings. So I got everything pretty well sorted except for the stuff that, there's only 3 different cards here. All right, let us do a recap. These guys pretty good. A little top loader action. Right. And we got 2 of the Mews in there already. Let's get number 3.
Oh, my God. Sean.
All right, I'm done. I'm done after this.
It's only a $6 Mew, right?
But it's cool.
All right.
It's cool. Okay. We're looking at the picture.
I understand we're to the point where we're stretching to make ourselves feel better. I am well aware of this. I understand how it works.
Hey, I always top load that Mew, though. That card's gas. I actually didn't know
it is cool.
Only $6.
I'm just saying.
And then the Lost Vacuum. Because if Box of Disaster is going to be in a top loader, then Lost Vacuum definitely gets. All right. What do you want to go over first?
Man, you do your thing. I'm going to go pay my property tax.
No, we're almost there. All right, pile of Vs, infinite Vs. We all know about those. All right, so the Radiance. I imagine, or not the Radiance, the Trainer Gallery character rares.
So many V-Stars I opened.
Look at all these Charizards. We got 5 of those. I should hope that we got every single one of these.
24 V-Star markers is how many I got.
Mine are just thrown everywhere.
I know.
A bunch of Radiance. All right, for the, we're going out of a weird order here. 2 Garatina regular. This card's expensive now. Very good. All right. On to the cooler stuff. The full arts. The regular full arts here. The full art trainer. And I snuck the trainer gallery in here. Just a bunch of cool cards. Lady and the Nessa. Nessa's a big banger. Our regular trainer galleries. And then our big boys right here. These Pikachus. This card's going to the moon. People are talking about a buyout on this one. I wouldn't be surprised if this is $100 in the near future. All right, the Mews, and of course, our lovely alt art.
Always look on the bright side of life.
Kind of guy. All right, Aerodactyl V. And that is the 500-pack Lost Origin opening. I finally got Derium out of pseudo-retirement. Thank you so much for joining me in. You made it pretty interesting, so I had a good time.
You know what you get when you tag me in, buddy.
Oh, I wouldn't have it any other way. Me and Trevor would have sat here and we'd be like, "Hey, look, a box of disaster." Now we had good conversation for the whole time. Kept me engaged here at 5 a.m.
We should have just talked about AI the entire time because, I got a lot to say about that. And that's a very neutral subject.
The next one, yeah, they'll be like, we'll gain some people, lose some people, and then whoever sticks around, we can find out about AI, and they'll be like, "Oh, this guy's not just going on political rants every video." No, not all the time.
I don't think I go on political rants.
It's not political, yes, but some people view it that way.
No, I understand they do, but I don't
sensitive
see it that
topics.
Way.
Which I think we do, yeah.
But that's
it's
where
stuff
I'm
we got to talk about. It's conversations that we as a society need to have.
I know, but I also understand. We'll get going. The video's over. Don't worry. But I also understand that I just upset both sides because I'll sit there and be like, guys, can we just have Obama back? Let's just reelect him. And then it's at the same time, I'll be like, yeah, no, Reagan was actually really good. So all I did was just piss off 99% of the people. You know what I mean? Because
there's got to be one person that's like, he just spoke to me.
Yeah, I know, but when you're talking to the internet, you're not supposed to aim for the ultra minority. It'd be like,
no.
You know what I mean?
I don't know if we made a YouTube video out of it or it was just a stream rant. We were, on the next one, we'll talk about it. We were talking about making content on the far right and the far left and just seeing what sticks to the wall.
We talked about Sean and I'll make a YouTube channel, he'll make a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
We're doing business together, but we both just divert and go opposite directions.
We'll see what we
see which one works.
Yeah, see which one gets the views, which one makes the money.
I would love to do that just as an experiment. But I would, oh my God. It's just funny when someone's like, "So I stumbled across your other YouTube channel." Be like, "Look, I can explain." Unless you liked it, then I'm glad you did. Otherwise, I can explain.
Well, you wouldn't just stumble across that unless that was part of the echo chamber that is being presented to you.
Yeah, that's fair. Actually,
no, we can't. I mean, social media is a big issue right now, especially the echo chambers that it creates.
Okay, what are you saying? And then we'll get going. So Sean and I, just for fun, for one night, you take a blank YouTube account and then you go. So we're talking about left and right, but we're talking about let's go to the left and then let's see what it starts recommending to us. And then you do it the opposite way on a different channel.
Oh, yeah.
What's it going to recommend to? And then you compare the two channels. They don't overlap one iota. Not at all, period. Nope. It is actually, like, and I know they do this, but when you do it as an experiment to see it at the end, it's actually kind of mind-blowing, where the same topics are being covered by both, but in vastly different spins.
Yeah, you get the extremes on both sides, and you don't see anything else. Like, that's why it's really important when looking at news coverage now that I like to look at all the sides, and then I take a little bit from all of that, and I'm like, this is what I perceive to be probably about what the actual
actually got into an argument with one of my old employees over that, because we were talking, and I'm like, I watch CNN and I watch Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
Right? I know I don't say Fox News, but I just picked Tucker. And, like, they're like, Tucker's this and Tucker's that. And I'm like, no. I'm saying I watch them because they cover the same topics with different spins.
Yep.
And they do overlap. I figured whatever they overlap with is probably the truth.
Probably, but yeah.
And what they don't is more of a spin. Yep. And, like, he couldn't get over the fact of, like, how bad Tucker Carlson is. I'm like, I don't care.
Like,
I don't care. I want to know what he's saying, and I want to contrast it over here. And, like, they could not wrap their head around it. So then, you know what I mean? And it's just like...
It's very fascinating to see the hard spins that they both have, that both sides have,
Everyone knows they spin it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just want to see it in action and see where's the overlap.
Every article, everything has some type of bias in it, and it's our job as the readers to discern what that bias is and how that bias affects.
You can't, though. As Carl Sagan said, when you're living in 30-second sound bites down at 10 now, there is no due. Do you have extra, like, Pokemon bulk sitting around that you want to get rid of? I'll pay you for it. I'll either give you cash straight to your PayPal or store credit for our website. Good for anything on our website. That's all I got to say.